Hello, my name's John Nolan. For 25 years I've been helping people calm their anxious minds, and in this very short video I'm going to explain to you what is in this new workshop called An Introduction to Calming an Anxious Mind. This is so that you can work out whether it's relevant to you and your circumstances or whether it isn't, whether it's for yourself or whether it's for somebody you care about. First, a small amount of background. Because of the diligence of scientists and researchers over the last couple of decades, we now know so much more about how our brains work, and in conditions like anxiety, what could be going wrong. We also know that there are different parts of our brains that can be involved in anxiety, different parts under different circumstances. Now, what you need to realize is that these different parts of our brains work in very different ways. So if we're going to help with a specific part of our brain to calm it down, we need a specific tool for that job. So this workshop brings together two of the best self-help tools that I know of, each aimed at a different brain region. The objective is to make sure you know how to successfully use these self-help tools for yourself so you can safely and effectively use them after the workshop. We spend the minimum time on the theory and the maximum time on using the skills and getting them right. The first tool you'll learn to use is aimed at your thinking brain. That's the bit of the brain you're using right now to listen to this video. You're trying to work out whether it's relevant to you or not. It's the bit of the brain you use when you're out there in the world thinking, planning, talking to people, doing tasks and so on. With anxiety, sometimes things can go a little wrong with this bit of the brain. Now, we all have random thoughts that come into our minds. We can't stop that. However, what sometimes happens with anxiety is that a scary thought comes up and it hooks us, it gets our attention, and then we think of other scary and frightening thoughts, and then more and more and more. Then suddenly you can find yourself in this deep, dark, scary hole, not knowing how you got there. Well, this first tool is intended to help you unhook from these thoughts that have been pushing you around previously. To start with, you may only remember to use the tool when you've got into the hole, but with practice you can get to the stage of recognizing these thoughts as they first appear, unhooking from them and getting back to living the life you want. Now, if that's all we covered on this workshop, I'm pretty sure you'd have got some great value. We know lots of people benefit from this tool. However, there's a second tool you'll learn about. We know quite often when people become anxious, there is a second region in our brain that can be involved. It's an ancient part of our brain that's designed to keep us safe and alive. However, in the world we live in today, it can get triggered far too easily. It's a bit of the brain that is responsible for those strong feelings and sensations that we can have in our bodies, the knots in the stomach and chest, the palpitations, the sweating palms, that mind going clouded and just not able to think. Well, it's almost certain this region of the brain has become overactive. And the second technique is there to help calm it down, so that you can regain control of what's going on, and if you are in one of those scary dark holes, it makes it much easier to get out of. A workshop like this is only of value if you get to use these tools for real in your life to improve it. I know for myself, when I've been on workshops and trainings, and sometimes think back even just a few weeks afterwards, it's as if my brain has been reset to factory fresh. I can't remember anything. So to avoid this problem, we'll give you a comprehensive manual at the end of the workshop, giving you the techniques, the background and some other information so that you can always refresh your mind about what you covered, so that it's far more likely that you'll put these tools into action in your life to get the benefits you're looking for. By now you've probably worked out whether this workshop could be relevant to you or not. If it is, please book a place now, because we know that these courses soon sell out. There are very limited places, and what we often find is people with anxiety will bring along a close friend or a family member which is actually a really good idea. It means there's two people learning the tools and techniques, which again makes it even more likely that they will be successfully used after the workshop, and that's what it's all about. So if this workshop is relevant to you, please book your place now, and I look forward to meeting you in the near future and helping you overcome anxiety. This is John Nolan, and thank you very much for your time.